So how to experience heaven while living on earth? Not a lot of people want you to know this, because once you know this, your life will never be the same. And I learned this through time. I learned this through personal experience. I learned this through going through a personal transformation that has taken me years. And I want to share this with you today because I truly believe that it can help people out there. And I will never tell you in any of my videos that everything that I talk about here is absolute truth. In fact, I encourage you to listen to what I say and try out for yourself the things that you believe could be useful to you and see how they work out for you. I will never tell you that everything I do, everything I say is how your life should be as well, because I truly believe that we all go through life experiencing different things. We grow up in different cultures, and who am I to tell you that the way you grew up, the way you learned about life is wrong? But what I can do is encourage you to try out what I experience and what I share, and see if you get the same result that I did. And everything that I'll be sharing in these videos here is because I have obtained good results, and it is for that reason that I want to share them here. But how to live life, or how to experience heaven while still living on earth? I know that if you grew up in a religious household or surrounded by a culture of religion, you have been told that there's no way to experience heaven while still being on earth, that you first have to die so then you can be judged, and a being, an entity that is all powerful and all loving can then tell you where you will expend eternity. For some, it will be an eternity in punishment and agony. For others, those who obey will spend an eternity in love and bliss and happiness. But have you ever thought about the fact that that doesn't really make sense? How can a being that is all loving and all knowing create imperfect beings so that they are already programmed to fail? Because if he's all knowing, he already knew that you were going to fail before he created you. And if he is all loving, why is there a need for punishment? Those are the questions that I started to ask myself. And as it says in the Bible, a book that has been misinterpreted by millions of people out there, seek and you shall find. And once you start to seek answers to these questions, you will understand and realize that we have been sold a lie to keep us obedient, a lie to keep us not questioning things, and to keep us following orders. Because you can experience heaven right now, if you want, without having to first die. And I don't know, maybe when you die, you do experience heaven or hell. But what I have found out about myself is that once I understood this, I have been able to experience heaven in this life a lot more than I used to. And you might be wondering, what do you mean experiencing heaven? Are you like dying every day and going somewhere where everything is beautiful and everything is perfect? And that's not what I mean. The way that I experience my heaven on this earth is by experiencing places like this. You see, right now, or this morning, I came out for a mountain bike ride. I happen to live in a place where there's lots of bike trails, and there's lots of nature, like I am here right now. And I turned on this trail. I honestly never been on this trail before, but there's a little stream that has a waterfall right here. There's some abandoned staircases right here. I don't know if you can hear, but there's some birds singing around me. There's no one here with me right now. I'm all here by myself. To me, this is heaven. Experiencing the beauty of nature, listening to the birds sing their songs, hearing the water as it flows down this stream. There's a noisy plane up there, and although it's disrupting the beauty of this place right now, I'm very okay with that. I'm still okay because it's just life. Sometimes life has its disruptions, and you need to be okay with that if you want to experience heaven on earth. And because of the fact that you learn to see life different, those struggles and those hurdles that sometimes you encounter in life become learning lessons. And that's how I experience my quote-unquote problems of life now. I see those as hurdles and learning lessons that once overcome are going to make me stronger as a person. And the best thing is that once you overcome a problem, you can use that knowledge to help other people who might be experiencing the same or a similar problem that you are. But that is heaven to me. Heaven is being here in nature, listening to the birds. Heaven is going home and kissing my wife and having lunch with her. Heaven is helping my mom and brother financially and with whatever else I can be available to them. Heaven is helping those in need when I can help them. Heaven to me is making the world a better place by being the best version of human that I can be. So you can experience heaven while on earth. And if you die and you go to heaven after you pass, that will be a bonus, because life is all about perspective. Life is all about the meaning you give to the things that happen around you, the things that happen to you. You see, I'm gonna use an earthly example right now. So I am recording this video. Let me check my phone. Saturday, July 11th. So right now there's this sporting event going on here called the World Cup. I'm in the U.S. and every country has their fan base. So right now they are in the. I play soccer, so I watch some of the games. But right now they are in the quarterfinal stage of the tournament, which means that if a team loses, that team can no longer continue to compete in this tournament. They have to go home. And right now, when teams face each other, there has to be a winner. So regardless of what happens during the regular 90-minute match, if nothing happens and no one scores, they go to extra time and then they go to penalties. And in penalties, someone has to win. Well, there's been teams, and in fact, this happens to pretty much every game that I've seen in this round of quarterfinals. When the team loses, their fan base, you could see them. They record them with their cameras, and they're crying. They are very sad and devastated because their team now can no longer continue to compete in this tournament. And for the team that wins, their fan bases are rejoiced. They're happy. They're chanting. They are very happy about the outcome from the game. And it's crazy how, regardless of who wins, those fans are not going to get anything. They're not going to get more money. They're not going to get a better health. They're not going to get better relationships from it. It is all a perception that they have in their mind, an attachment to that specific team from that particular country. And that perception makes them happy. And I was thinking about it the other day. It's crazy because we give meaning to what happens. Because I can almost guarantee you that if one of those fans from that stadium who's just experienced their team losing a game, and that fan is devastated, if one of them walks out of the stadium and receives a phone call and someone lets them know that their mom is finally cancer-free, for example, and she's been battling this terrible disease for years, and she's finally been given the news that she's cancer-free, that person is gonna switch, and they're gonna go from sadness to complete bliss and happiness. And now, rather than to continue to cry and be frustrated and angry about the outcome of that game that they experienced, they're gonna want to celebrate. They're gonna want to do something to express their happiness. So similarly, that is life for all of us. We all experience problems, but what meaning do we give to those problems? You might go to a bus stop and realize that you missed the bus. What meaning do you give that event? Do you worry about the fact that now you might be late to work and your boss might fire you? Do you worry about the fact that you will not be able to provide for your family and you let those negative thoughts overtake you? Or do you give that experience and that event a different meaning? Maybe you use that as a sign that the universe is telling you to buy that car that you have been looking at online. Maybe you look at that event and realize that maybe you were not supposed to be on that bus. Maybe something bad was going to happen to that bus. It was going to get in a car accident, or maybe you were going to get your wallet stolen, or maybe you were going to leave your wallet in that car. And I know that all of these could be hypothetical things that could happen, but they are within the realm of possibilities of happening. But the point here is to give things different meanings. Be able to understand that we cannot control everything that happens to us. Rather, what we can control is the meaning that we give those things in our heads. So that is how you start to experience heaven on earth, by changing the meanings you give to things, by experiencing and being in the present moment, by enjoying the little things in life, by loving and becoming the best version of human that you would like to see in the world. So that is the video I wanted to leave you with today. I want to make more of these videos like this, where I can just share my perspectives and my opinions of life. I want to be able to make videos here where they don't need to be edited so much. I want to speak to the camera and just share my thoughts. If you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and share with anybody who you feel could benefit from listening to these words. So I'm gonna continue with my bike ride. I don't know if I already said that I was on a bike ride here in this video, and the reason why I stopped here is because there's a swing right there, and there's a cool little waterfall over there with an abandoned staircase there in the back. But it's so pretty out here, so beautiful. I like how peaceful it is, and this is probably not gonna be the last time that I'm making a video here in this spot. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.